Wasn't very scary, was it? Hey everyone, and welcome to this video. I'm Inxlora123 and this is going to be my October TBR. Basically, I'm going to be telling you the books that I plan on reading in the month of October. Now, I love October so much because it's Halloween in October, and I love Halloween. Like, literally, ever since I was a little girl, I've been obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with all things spooky and Halloween. So, yeah, I thought I would kind of select some spooky books that I've got to read in October. Because normally when it comes to my reading taste, I read a bit of everything. Like, I like to read all different genres, you know. But I thought, no, for October, it's just going to be like all my books are spooky themed, okay? So I'm going to show you what my books are. I've got them all like piled up here on the floor in front of me. And yeah, hopefully you like the video. If you do, please click like and comment and subscribe to my channel. That'd be awesome. And all the links are down below to my social media. So come on, follow me, add me, and yeah, we'll be social media friends. Okay, and also, if you're on Goodreads, which is a fantastic app if you're a bookworm, add me on there as well. The link's down below. And on there you can see the books I've read, books I want to read, that kind of thing. So anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, put my glasses on, make sure they're on straight. Okay, and now I'm just going to show you the books that I plan on reading in the month of October. Okay, so the first book is Horror Store, which is by Grady Hendrix. So I've had this book sitting on my bookcase for like ages now, ages and ages, and I haven't got around to reading it. So I promised it would be the first book that I read this October. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading it. I love the cover of it. It just kind of all looks like a, well, it's all kind of set out actually, the cover and inside, like kind of like an IKEA catalogue, but it is a book. So it's going to be a bit weird to read a book in this style. But, you know, weird is good, so it's all cool. But, yeah, on the front you can see that, where it looks reasonably smart, nice. But I turn it around and it's all, like, creepy and stuff. Yeah, I've heard so many good things about this. I've wanted to read it for so long, so I finally will get to read this. So, yeah, it's about this haunted kind of IKEA store. And, yeah, basically I think the staff who work there kind of do this ghost hunting and find out lots of spooky stuff and things happen in like this store. You know, once the shop closes for the day, it becomes like really spooky and creepy and haunted. So yeah, looking forward to read that. Okay, I've also got another Grady Hendrix book for October. This is his a new book. It's called We Sold Our Souls. Loving the cover of this as well, like the whole red and black cover, loving that. And this is about a rock band, and I think they sell their soul to the devil to kind of get on in the music world, and there's lots of like black magic and stuff like that happens in this book apparently. So I really like this kind of book. I think it sounds really cool, like the mixture of like dark magic with rock music, and yeah, I just think it sounds awesome. So I got that one. Then I've got Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero, I think that's how you say it. This is supposed to be a bit like kind of Scooby-Doo, obviously without like, you know, the dog and the rest of the cast of Scooby-Doo. But you know what I mean? Like the group of kids, they've kind of grown up a bit now, and they're kind of going back to their youth, looking for this monster. It says it's terrorising, but also hilarious. So it's supposed to be like scary, but also funny at times. I've heard really good things about this. Loving that cover as well, like the spooky house, and it just looks really cool. So yeah, Meddling Kids. This one, woohoo! I have this book, so excited to have got this. I got this on eBay. So it's called Hocus Pocus, and it's the all-new sequel. So lovely hardback book there, beautiful cover and stuff. And yeah, it's Disney's Hocus Pocus. I love it at the front where it says, "Witch, please? Witch, please?" Anyway, but yeah, really looking forward to read this. I think the first half of this book, if I remember rightly from reading and watching reviews, first half of this book I think is based on the actual like original Hocus Pocus film, and then I think they skip to the future and obviously like, you know, what's happening in more modern times. And so there's like two parts to this story. Really, like, just how cool is this cover? It's gonna be awesome to read that. I think that's gonna be the second book that I read in October, because Horror Store is gonna be the first and then Hocus Pocus. Okay, the next one Now this book is called The Blue Lady by Eleanor Hawken. Now this one I've had ages. I got it in Poundland. It was just like sitting on the shelf all on its own, and I thought, oh, that looks a pretty cool cover. So I think this is like a young adult story. It's about this girl. She's like at boarding school, and it's like creepy, ghosty stuff happens at the boarding school. I really like the cover. I think the cover's really cool, and I got it and I said, right, I'm going to save this for Halloween time, and that's what I've done. So yeah, I don't really know much about this book apart from that it looks spooky, and you know, yeah, I'll read that in October. I've got a trilogy of books here to read. So these are so beautiful. Like the cover is just like, oh, every cover is just gorgeous. So I'm not sure what order they are. Hold on. I've mixed up my order. But who are they all by? They're by Josephine Angelini. You've got Trial by Fire, Witch's Pyre and Firewalker. And they're just really gorgeous books, and I don't really know too much about this apart from that they just look really cool, and there's obviously like witchy stuff and like dreams and different worlds, and I don't know, but I just saw this in Smith's and I was like, that, you know, they just look really cool, like spooky series, and I just kind of bought all three of them. So yeah, got that. Also I've got this little book here which I just picked up in a charity shop actually when I was out shopping. This was like £1.50 or something. It's a cute little book, and yeah, just in a charity shop. It's called Spooky Stories, Haunting Collection of Ghostly Tales and Creepy Rhymes. Perfect for Halloween. Just little like mini, you know, little spooky kids stories, and you know, sometimes you don't want to read like a whole book, you just want to read like a few little stories. So I probably won't read like the whole book, you know, in October, but I'll just definitely like look through the titles of the stories and just kind of read them. I love things with like haunted houses. There's some cool graphics in here as well, which is cool. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cute. Perfect for Halloween. Right, okay, so the next one I have is Time's Convert by Deborah Harkness. I've included this because it is, I know it's like obviously like fantasy and stuff like that with time travel, but there are vampires and witches and demons in this series. So Discovery of Witches, Shadow of Night, Book of Life, love those, and this is part of that world but like a separate kind of thing, but yeah, because it's got a vampire in it and witches and stuff, I thought, yeah, I'm going to include this in my Halloween, you know, October read, because I think it's going to be pretty cool. Like the cover is beautiful, like this cover, I love it. Everything about this book, it just looks so beautiful. I don't know, I'm so excited to read it. I love Discovery of Witches series, so yeah, I'm going to read that in October. This one I picked up in Waterstones a few weeks ago. It's called The Last Chance Hotel by Nikki Thornton. So haven't really seen much about this book on like BookTube or anything. Like sometimes with books, like everyone talks about certain books. You know, you go on every different BookTuber and you'll see the same book mentioned. But I haven't really heard much about this. But I thought it looked a really cool story. I love the cover of it. It's about this kind of haunted hotel in the middle of the woods, and there's this guy, well, this young guy called Seth. He's like the kitchen boy at this remote hotel, and spooky stuff happens. Lots of magicians arrive, and I just think it sounds really cool. Like, and I love the artwork on it and stuff like that. So I've got that. And then I've got a little Goosebumps book, which I picked up from Poundland because I'm a big kid. I used to love Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark so much. So yeah, this is Revenge of the Living Dummy, R.L. Stein. Look at that dummy. I mean, wow, creepy. So yeah, I just think it looks cool. It is £1, and yeah, I just thought I'd include it. And the last book I have, I think, yep, the last book I have for October for my spooky book collection is this one, Campfire by Sean, I think that's Sales, or Souls, I don't know how you say it. Lots of people have said this is really good. The reviews on Goodreads that I've read, a bit of a mixture. Some people say it's really good, other people say it's really rubbish. One of the reviews I did read said, oh, you know, if you used to like that rubbish show, Are You Afraid of the Dark, you'll love this. And I was like, well, number one, Afraid of the Dark was an amazing TV show, so that means I'll love it. Number two, I'll probably love it. So yeah, it's set in a forest, you know, they're all camping out. There's lots of like scary rumours going around about this place. And then it says here, be careful what stories you tell around the fire. Things start to actually happen. I think people are murdered like one by one, and it looks creepy, it sounds creepy. I'm really excited about this one. So they are the books that I plan on reading in October. out of those, what am I most excited about? Obviously, I'm excited to read all of them. You know, every book that I own in my house, even if I won't get to read it for another like 2 or 3 years or whatever, I'm always excited to read all of the books I own, because at some point when I have purchased that book, you know, whether it's brand new or second hand, I've been interested in it, I've wanted it, that kind of thing. So I'm always excited to read all my books. But there is like a level of excitement. Sometimes I'm excited, and then I'm excited, and I'm excited. Do you know what I mean? So I'm definitely really hyper about Hocus Pocus, because, I mean, it's Hocus Pocus. It's just cool. Yeah. Witch, please. Really excited about Campfire. Apparently James Patterson presents. James Patterson's an amazing author. So really excited about that one. Horror Store, because it's been sitting on my bookcase for like blooming ages. What next? Oh, but then I'm also really excited about the rock band one. But yeah, Deborah Harkness, definitely, because it's Deborah Harkness. But yeah, I'm really excited to read some scary books in the month of October. However, there will be one book that will not be spooky and scary. Well, it might be, but probably, well, I don't know, it could be. Basically, I have a TBR jar selection. Every month I've got this jar filled with names of books that I own. They can be on various bookcases somewhere in the house, and they're standalone books, and I wrote them on a bit of paper, and then every month my lovely fiance Nathan, he basically pulls one out, and that is my TBR jar selection. So it's always a mystery, a surprise, and what it's going to be. Sometimes he's pulled a name out and I'm like, yeah, I really wanted to read that, and other times I'm like, but then I end up really loving it. So it could go either way. Like, most of the TBR jar selection books he's chose me have actually been really good. Like, I've really enjoyed them, and others not so much, but in general they've been quite cool. So, and it's a great way of getting rid of books that have been sitting around on your bookcases for ages that you might not have, you know, naturally just picked up to read. But yeah, it's cool. And I did get the idea for the TBR jar selection from the lovely Kit Kats Can Read, my lovely friend Katie. If you haven't checked out her channel, she is, in my opinion, one of the best booktubers ever. Like, she's amazing, and she's such a sweetie as well. She's such a nice girl. And yeah, go check out her channel, Kit Kats Can Read. I love the whole TBR jar selection so much that now I do it every single month, and I get really excited about the TBR jar. I have to say, me and Nathan do it, and I film him doing it, and I get really excited, like, oh, what book's it going to be? What book's it going to be? Maybe I need to get out more. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a complete nerd. But I love doing the TBR jar. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, if you carry on watching, after I've stopped rambling, in a minute, I promise, I will include the footage. I'll film Nathan doing the little TBR jar selection, and I will include the footage at the end. So you'll see what will be the other book to add in to all these books that I'll read in October. Boom. Anyway, I'm going to take my glasses off now. So thank you for watching, everyone. You're all amazing to me, and honestly, thank you so much for your comments and messages, and like, even if you just click like on a video, thank you for that as well. And if you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If you don't subscribe already, please subscribe. Yeah, and I'll see you all soon. Carry on watching for the TBR jar selection, and yeah, happy reading. Okay, so now it's time for the TBR jar selection with my lovely fiance
Nathan, and this is the jar.
Yeah, that's the jar.
It's empty. So
look how cute it is.
Here's the pile of book.
Right,
let's have a
find
rummage.
Me a book to read in October, babe.
This book here.
Hope you can read my handwriting, by the way.
I hope I can read it. The
Language of Thorns. Oh, wicked. Lee Bartigue. That's what. Oh my God. Hold on, I'll get it. Hold on. Oh my God, I'm so happy you picked this one, babe. I'm so happy. So this is the book. Look how pretty it is.
And here's the bit of paper.
Yeah, thank you. What a beautiful cover, though, isn't it?
Lovely.
Oh, God, I'm so excited. So this is like lots of different little stories.
Yeah. And
yeah, oh my God. Oh, well done. You chose so well. I've been wanting to read this for ages, so.
And now you can, because it's from the TBR jar.
Look at that. Well done, babe. Woohoo!